This is One on One. Steve Adubato, more importantly, I'm here with our good friend Peter Rooney, chair of the New Jersey Sharing Network Foundation Board of Trustees. How you doing on a big day like today?
Today's a great day. We've been looking forward to today for a long time. We've got a lot of friends and supporters here. You're here. You've been a tremendous supporter of ours. So it's a great day of celebration and tribute for us.
Yeah, this meditation garden is opening up today. It's a day where all kinds of folks who have been part of the Sharing Network have come together. Those who have given the gift of life, those who have received the gift of life. But in your case, Peter, there's a PSA that's actually running a lot that you have been talking about that you're a part of, that I'm sure you never wanted to be a part of. But the reality is you're making a difference. And it's about your dad, who was a firefighter in Millburn, gave his life for so many, but waited, and there wasn't that gift of life for him. Talk about it.
Yeah, well, it's not a club you want to become a member of. Unfortunately, 10 years ago, my father was one of the 22 people who die every day while waiting. Here in New Jersey, we have 5,000 people waiting for the gift of life. And it's unfortunate. My father's story is unfortunate, but it's not unique. There's so many people waiting. The great work that we do here helps raise awareness, and it's making a difference. We see the number of lives that we're saving every year go up. We're saving more and more lives, and that's because of the education, that's because of the awareness, and the philanthropy. We're making a lot of noise here in New Jersey, and people are paying attention, and we're making a difference.
It's interesting. Your dad was waiting for...
He was waiting for a kidney. And unfortunately, with the kidney, he waited for 4.5 years before he had a heart attack, unfortunately, and passed away. That was 10 years ago. There have been a lot of advancements since then and a lot of new technology. So his death is really a shame. And I'm really happy to be able to continue his work in answering the call to save the lives of others.
Is that why you do it? Because some might say, well, your dad wasn't saved, why do it?
That's why I do it.
That is why you do it.
That's why I do it. I'm here because my father devoted his life to saving and helping others. I'm able to carry that on to the work here at the New Jersey Sharing Network.
Thank you so much, Peter. Appreciate everything you do.
Great. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you being here. Thank you.
We're pleased to be talking to Missy Rodriguez, who is a liver transplant recipient 31 years ago.
31 years, that is correct. I was the first 10-year-old to receive a liver transplant.
How clear is that period of time in your life?
I think I've heard stories, but not really at all. I don't really know my life other than having a transplant. The big difference between me and some other people that I've met over time is that I was never sick. I was never on a transplant list or anything like that. It was the kind of thing that I woke up in liver failure and immediately had a liver transplant.
So you're here at the Sharing Network. It's a big day. You got all kinds of people here to dedicate this beautiful garden. Why are you here?
Well, I kept my transplant secret for 30 years. Very few people knew about it. I never wanted to be defined by it. Back in the 80s, you didn't want to be different. I was a preteen, then a teenager. Now I think kids embrace when they're different, or have unique qualities. Back then, you sort of, at least in my family, we took care of business. I had my surgery and we moved on right away. So I happened to have a slight complication on my 30th anniversary, and I needed some immediate surgery. And when I was sitting in the hospital bed, I decided I've got to do something to help all these people. I've been so lucky all these years. And so I dreamt literally 2 a.m. Most people know I don't sleep ever. And I came up with the scholarship idea, and we started it right away. And I remember telling a friend, this was in March. No, I'm sorry, this was in February. And I said, I want to have a kickoff event in March. And she said, of next year? I said, no, next month.
Hold on, let's be clear. This is Missy's Miracle Scholarship Fund. You thought this up at 2 o'clock in the morning. You said, I'm doing this. Okay, what the heck is it?
Well, what we do is we provide college scholarships for anyone who has a relationship with organ donation. So the scholarship is specifically for organ donors, transplant recipients, or someone affected by it.
And you've given out your first scholarship.
Yes, and we're in every single high school in the state of New Jersey in just 1 year.
Why are you doing this?
Why not? I've been really fortunate. I have, like I said, I had my transplant. I moved on really easily. And when I was sitting in the hospital, I saw all these families that weren't, and they were struggling. I actually heard someone in one of the lounges talking about how they didn't know if they were going to have the money to pay for rent or for their medication. And I didn't talk to anyone in the lounge, in the patient lounge, even though I was there for 2 weeks, because I was really embarrassed. I felt like a failure that after 30 years, here I am back in the hospital. And so that's why in the middle of the night, I'm playing all these scenes over in my head. And I am a college counselor. That is my business. So I sort of married my personal life, which is the transplant, and my professional life, being a college counselor. And I came up with the idea of college scholarships.
By the way, Missy actually had the nerve to say before we started the interview, I don't know if I have anything interesting to say. And all you're doing is...
It's nothing different for me. This is just who I am. And now that I've sort of come out last year and told people about this, it's really empowering. And I feel like I know I've gotten amazing support through the events that we've held this past year. And even in my town, the publicity that I've gotten has just been so unwavering and incredible.
Before I let you go, this garden, what does it mean?
To me, it sort of solidifies my place here. And I have all these things. I have the butterfly. I have the scholarship. I was just at the transplant games where I won 3 gold medals. So those are going to be here. I have all these things. But to me, this garden, this is the first thing that's new since I've come on board here. And so I remember when they were first talking about it. And now it's here, and there's going to be a plaque with my name on it honoring Missy's Miracle. So I feel like I've been part of this, whereas everything else was here. And I've used it and gotten to meet great people. But now this is something that I think I helped create.
Well done, Missy.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Hackensack Meridian Health, Hackensack University Medical Center Foundation, Valley National Bank, the New Jersey Education Association, Cone Resnick, St. Peter's University, and by the New Jersey Office of the Insurance Fraud Prosecutor. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.